Hey, what's up everybody? It's TheHyphenate here, and today we're going to talk about why you should be filming in 4K video even if you're going to be outputting in 1080p HD. There are a lot of benefits to doing this in a wide variety of shooting scenarios. In this video, I'm going to go over some examples as well as some techniques on how you can use this to make your videos more dynamic. So first, let me break down the difference between HD and 4K. Compared to 1080p HD, 4K is double the resolution and 4 times the size in area. You can fit 4 HD screens into a 4K screen. With that being said, you're able to zoom or crop on a 4K video up to 200% if you're outputting in 1080p. You can use this to reframe your footage to get the perfect shot, or you can also use it to automate some movements. So you can simulate pans, zooms, dolly shots, and even Dutch angles. So we all know that 4K and even 8K is eventually going to be the standard, but in 2020, we are still using HD more than any other resolution. I think every single one of my tech videos on this channel to this day is in HD. And a good portion of my videos on my main channel are in HD as well. Some of my music videos, almost all my beat making videos, and pretty much anything else that I do that's not a big production, I've been outputting in HD. Now in every example I'm gonna show you in this video, all the original footage was shot in 4K, but the videos were edited and output in HD. So in this video of cat and mouse, I actually did a variety of techniques with the cropping and zooming. Some shots I used just to reframe and actually make the shot a little bit tighter and more specific without adding any automation to it, just the crop. Now in some other shots, I simulated some panning and some tracking, going from left to right or right to left, or even going from corner to corner diagonally. I also simulated some dolly ins and dolly out where it punched in tighter or zoomed out further. Now here's another music video of mine. This is for my song, The Haunting. This is a horror film type of music video. And in this video, I did all the exact same techniques that I did in the cat and mouse video, but another technique I included in this was simulating Dutch angle shots. Now at the time I filmed The Haunting, I actually didn't have a gimbal that would do Dutch angle shots. It would only do pan and tilts. But I knew in this video I wanted a lot more Dutch angle, as that's a little bit more done in scary films and it just gives it a little bit of a creepy vibe to it. But I also automated the movement with rotation. Now another thing you can do with your 4K video files if you're working in HD is adding image stabilization in post. In order to get proper image stabilization in post, you have to do some cropping to get rid of any of the black space that's created when it's doing stabilization. So by default, whenever you're working with a video file that's the same resolution as what you're outputting, you're gonna lose some resolution as you do some cropping. But in this instance, you're not really having to worry about that. So you can do some pretty heavy image stabilization to make it insanely smooth without having to worry about any of the negatives. Now, another technique that's kind of related to that idea is actually helping create movement on static shots. So if you had a shot that was filmed on a tripod and it had no movement, over time that'd get a little bit boring. But if you want to give it some more movement, you can add a camera movement effect to give it some motion and give your footage a little bit of life. Adding camera movement in post is going to have the same effect as stabilization in post, which will cause black space around the edges. So you're going to have to do some cropping or zooming in. And now, again, you don't have to worry about loss in quality. Now, another pretty awesome way to use 4K footage on 1080p is if you are shooting interviews with one camera. So here you can see a 2-person podcast interview, and it was shot with one camera with a wide angle. But cropping in on this 4K footage, I'm able to make it look like 3 different cameras. One camera on one person on a tight shot, one camera on another person with a tight shot, and then the wide angle. So in order to make the video look more dynamic and less boring, I made it look like there were 3 cameras. So in order to make this long interview video less boring, I made it look like there are 3 cameras cutting back and forth. Another great reason to do 4K footage on 1080p is if you are doing tutorial videos on YouTube or product demonstration videos, you can actually have a shot that focuses on some gear, and when you need to focus on something that's more important, then you can just crop in or zoom in more. So here's an example of one of my videos, and as you can see, it starts off a little bit wide, and then when I want to show something specific like a screen or something that's a little bit smaller, I'm just able to crop without having 2 cameras or without having to refilm a second time with a tighter shot. So there you guys have it. Those are some techniques and reasons to shoot in 4K video even if you're outputting in 1080p HD. Please drop a like on this video, drop a comment below if you have any questions, and please make sure to subscribe. I have a lot more videos coming soon. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.